It's Matt with Tips for Truckers over here. Today I'm going to tell you, why the hell would you want to get into flatbedding? You got to be crazy. Yeah, that's number one reason. You got to be a little bit crazy to be a flatbedder. In all honesty, it's a lot more work than any other sector. I'm trying to think. Tanker, you do a little bit of work, but in all honesty, there's no other trucking sector where you're going to be more physically active and everything. And really, it's not worth the extra money. If you're going into flatbedding because someone, company is going to pay you 2 cents a mile more or whatever it is, it's never worth it. Unless you're going from a low-paying company to a high-paying company. But if you're going from one caliber company to the same caliber company, like I said, if you're just getting paid 2-3 cents more, it ain't worth it for the money. Now, I was wanting to make a whole video on this next topic, but I guess I just throw it in this one. Now, will flatbedding get you into shape? Well, it can, but it's not guaranteed. You still got to eat right, and you still got to exercise outside of what you do here, but it'll definitely help. It'll definitely help. The fittest truck drivers I ever see are flatbedders, and I'd say about 50% of them are in pretty good shape compared to 20% or whatever in all the rest of the sectors. But let me go on to number 3 here. Oh, and this kind of goes with what I said before. Are you physically capable of pulling a flatbed? Well, you have to be able to lift up 80-pound chains, and our tarps weigh about 120 pounds or so. Lumber tarps do 140, depending on what kind of company you work for. Sometimes you got 3 tarps, sometimes you got 2 tarps. 2 tarps are a little bit heavier usually. But really, you just got to be able to lift 100 pounds. And you really don't even have to lift up the tarp. There's just a handful of times where I have to lift up the tarp. Most of the time, you could get away with rolling it on the ground. And the same thing with the chains. You just have to lift up one end of the chain. You could drag it until you get to where you get more experienced flatbedding, and you'll build some muscle and you'll get used to it. But you could roll the tarps on the ground, then have your forklift driver put it on top of your load and all that. A lot of people think, we got to throw the tarps on the load. Nah. Sometimes it's a lot more convenient, but most of the time we don't have to do that. And the biggest thing I think about flatbedding is it does take some time to secure it and everything, but if you're backed into a dock, you're going to be there several hours anyway from my experiences, and it's a lot more predictable. You get loaded a lot quicker flatbedding, and there's no middle of the night appointment times, maybe once or twice a year or so with most companies. But that goes on to probably one of my favorite things about flatbedding is you're driving half the day, and then you load, you tarp it, you chain it, you strap it, whatever you do, and that gets the blood circulating, gets you going, and you're a lot more alert the rest of the day. There's times where it wears you out and everything. You might have to take a nap, but I think for the most part, it really helps as far as getting tired, not driving tired and everything. And really, just talk to some flatbedders if you want to get into it, and most of them will be honest with you, except for the people trying to recruit you to get some cash or whatever. But just talk to some flatbedders about it. That's what I did before I started, and I got a pretty good idea. Other than that, just do it. Just do it. If you're a woman, like I said, if you could lift 80 pounds, even not that much. I mean, I've seen girls that are 120 pounds, they have no problem at all, and they do kick ass. They do a great job. But you just have to learn to use leverage, and there's certain tricks that you could use. And a lot of times it has to do with your company. Like, you gotta, a lot of times if you first start, you have to have a company that's going to be understanding that you learn as you go. And that's another thing what's cool about flatbedding is it's something different. It's something different you learn a lot of skills that you could use in the real world. If you ever doing load securement on your pickup, or pulling a flatbed trailer with your pickup or whatever, it comes in handy. It really does. And even securing things in your garage, let's say you got a kayak or whatever, and you want to strap it to the rafters, create a pulley system. There's a lot of aspects of flatbedding that will help you in your real life. And I mean, it's just good to stay physical. Us truck drivers, we need to get in shape and everything, and I know that's easy for me to say, but hey, it is what it is. It's the truth. But anyway, those are just a couple reasons of why the hell would you want to be a flatbedder. This Matt with Tips for Truckers. Have a great day.